Hi everyone, welcome to another conversation about using the energy of love to make a difference in the world, to make a difference in yourself, and how that will help you to live in a better world and change your perspective about the world. All right, in this conversation we are going to focus on going back to love. So if you find yourself in a space where you're not quite understanding where you're at right now, this energy wants you to focus on going back to what you love, the things that you enjoy doing in life. What are they? Ask yourself those questions. Put a list down. And then maybe not only ask your adult self that, but ask the child within you what it is that it loves to do. And see if the adult self can come into a compromise that is balanced, that you can enjoy those aspects of yourself in your adult manifestation and bring back a space of innocence and that authentic kind of knowing about what it is that you want and how it can relate to you as an adult, and how from your child perspective and your adult perspective can make that work for you. Maybe that was a very long way of saying it, but I hope you understood what I am saying, or you understand what I'm saying. So by having that focus in this energy, it helps you to listen to your heart, or listen with your heart. Because sometimes we listen with our mind, right? And when we're listening with our mind, we tend to have judgments on others as well as ourselves. And those judgments can be very harsh if we don't bring in that heart-mind reasoning into the process. And by me saying judgment, I am not saying that judging a situation is a bad thing. What I am saying is sometimes when you come from a space and you're judging a situation and the heart energy is not in there, you can do yourself a disservice and you can do the other person a disservice. But when the heart comes into that space, you make a judgment. And then you come from a place of compassion and understanding and you say, hey, I have judged the situation. I realize this is not for me, or I do realize this is for me. And then you make the steps to either remove yourself from that situation, from that energy, or embed yourself in that energy and allow things to develop and grow. But it is about you being accountable, you understanding the results of your judgments, the consequences, what they bring about for you. So listening with your heart versus just listening to your mind, because your mind is very intellectual. Your mind inputs information and it makes decisions logically based on that information. Now, there is also the concept of feelings. Your feelings are going to be part of that decision-making process. Your emotions are going to be part of that decision-making process. And it is important to find balance between your feelings, what your mind is saying. Because if you let your feelings overwhelm you all the time, then you make decisions out of emotions rather than having that heart-mind reasoning. Because that is, to me, the most authentic and beautiful way to make judgments, to make decisions, as well as to interact with people to get the kind of results that are helpful to you, as well as the person or persons you're interacting with. So keep that in mind, and understanding the difference between making judgments based on just logic and rationale and making judgments when your heart is in it, and not allowing your emotions to overwhelm your sense of logic as well as your intuition. Because I think a lot of these energies are put out into the world, but they're not explained, and people don't take time to understand what it means for them, and they kind of just run with it. And so there's a lot of misconceptions about the energetic vibrations that we all interact with and how they can help and hinder us if we don't utilize the energy properly. Excuse me. So what this allows you to do, or what you gain from this experience of understanding that I am here to go back to the things that I love and enjoy. How does my child and my adult interact or come to a space where they understand that about themselves and bring about my best talents, my best spaces that I can utilize to help myself and others. And what do I need to know from that process, or what do I gain from that process? I gain the ability to listen with my heart, to bring my heart, mind, reasoning into a situation so I can get the gain, or I can get the best from it or gain the best from it, and the other person can do the same. And I can make judgments based on heart, mind, reasoning, and I can allow myself to remove myself from a space or continue to interact with a space. But the key is, it is my decision. It's not a decision that is made from overwhelming emotions that I may regret, but I am understand and I'm conscious about what I am creating in that moment. And it helps me to gain a sense of understanding when I need to forgive myself and when I need to forgive others, because that is important. Understanding that you are going to make mistakes, understanding that you are going to have fears, understanding that you are going to react to those fears, you are going to react to anxiety, you are going to react to multiple of energies coming at you, information coming at you. And sometimes your emotions will overwhelm you and you will make decisions that you may regret. You will make decisions that you may need to forgive yourself for. And you will also need to forgive others, because you are going through these energies. These energies are coming at you. You're having to interact with those energies. So others are doing the same thing that you're doing. You may not understand or know their specific points or their bubble or the nuances of their experience. But if we can relate and understand that everybody's having an experience slightly different from the other, but we're all facing the same energies. We're all interacting with them. And the differences are how we utilize those energies to help us to grow, or how we utilize those energies to keep us in a space where we feel small, where we feel invalid, where we are giving up on life instead of seizing life by the chains or by the horns and doing your best to live your best life. And again, you will have moments of ups and downs. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be happy-go-lucky, but you will know, hey, I'm having a moment where the energies feel like they're dragging me into a space that I do not want to go, or I do not need to go, because I have learned my lesson. I understand what needs to happen. And that is the moment where you're like, I need to forgive something. I need to forgive myself about this, because I understand that this is something that happened. This was a part of me. This is a part of me, but I no longer need to attach to that part. How do I forgive myself? How do I forgive the other person that played a role in that energy? And one thing I like to say about forgiveness is sometimes it's more about forgiving yourself than the other person, because sometimes you will make a decision and you will need to forgive yourself because you've put so much pressure on yourself, and you say, why did I allow that to happen to me? What about myself allowed this to happen to me, or this energy that brought me here? And in that moment, it's more about forgiving yourself and that other person. That other person was probably just a reflection of what you were already feeling inside, and you needed a physical manifestation to realize, whoa, this is what I need to look at. This is what I need to interact with and talk to and reconcile within myself. And so thank you for bringing this into physical manifestation for me so I could physically experience it, versus having that dialogue with myself but ignoring it because I was not ready to face it. So the energies are always going to bring you into a space of self-healing, of self-development, but it is up to you to accept it and to bring it in and say, yes, I hug this, I love this about myself, and I am okay with it. But no, this is not me. This is not who I want to become. I want to grow, and I want to focus on the person that I want to become. And so forgiveness is really important in any energetic exercise to help you come to a space where love is the guidance within your interactions with yourself and others. And what that does, it helps you to release the feelings or the anxieties or the thoughts that you are not supported or that you don't have people around you that love you and care about you. And sometimes you know, some of us are in bubbles where we can look around and feel really lonely even though there's a bunch of people around us. And that is really important to understand why you may feel like that. And as you develop the skills, the understanding of the energies that are around you, it will help you to grab onto the things that can help you so that you understand that even though you are alone or even though you're in a room full of people, it doesn't matter. You always have people who love and care about you, who want you to grow, to be the person you want to be, the best version of yourself. And it doesn't have to come from someone else. Your validation doesn't have to come from anyone else. It only has to come from you. And that sounds selfish, and I don't know if everyone will agree with that, but when you are validated, at least that's the way it's been for me. When I am validated within myself, and there are positives and negatives to everything. That's why it's so important to have balance. But again, going back, when I am validating who I am in the world, when someone brings me information that goes against that, and I take the moment to judge that information through heart, mind, reasoning, and I say, hey, thank you for the information, but this does not align with my energy, I am confident that I'm going to be okay. Even though my relationship with that person may end, my relationship with that job may end, etc., etc., I know that I'm supported. I know that love is all around me because this energy of love is surrounded within everything, the animals, the plants, everything. This is the vibration that is universal and constantly putting things into construction so that we are having these experiences. We can choose to ignore it, we can choose to accept it, we can choose to take the best of it and continue to grow and develop it in such a way that we're helping ourselves and other people on this planet to rise up to that vibration, to come to a space of understanding and love for each other, but without walking against each other, without crushing each other, but being in a collective environment, understanding our differences, and yet understanding that we need each other to continue to grow, and we respect each other in a way that people can be authentically themselves. We can help those who cannot help themselves. We can help those whose energies are warped or energies are like weird. So, you know, when they put that energy, it kind of brings the energy of the collective down. We can do all that. But it is really important to know that you are not alone and that you are always loved and supported. All right, I hope this energy was helpful to you. I hope that this information brought you something that will help you in your life. And if you did find it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as well as put on the notification if you want to hear more of this. I am so happy that I can bring this information to you, and I hope again that it is very helpful, because that is my need, that is my energy to bring to the world, to uplift as much as I can, because I'm working on uplifting myself. So I want to share this information with you, and again, I hope it's helpful. I will talk to you again. I love you so much. Take care of yourself. Until next time.